on my Facebook page, feeling curious, the turning months. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert, no one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice, from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered, attorney marks. He's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my feed, he's blowing up your feed, learning about the law. That's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on my feed, paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my feed, he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert, no one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice, from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered, attorney marks. He's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my feed, paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my Facebook page, feeling curious, the turning months. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert, no one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice, from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered, attorney marks. He's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my feed, he's blowing up your feed, learning about the law. That's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on my feed, paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my feed, he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert, no one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice, from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered, attorney marks. He's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my feed, paying all your legal bills.
Okay, so hello mga ate at kuya. Sana po kayo. And again, pasensya na kasi nag-try ako ngayon na multi-stream sa laptop ko is ating Facebook, tapos yung isa naman is nasa TikTok. Di ako sure kung gumagana siya, but hopefully working siya. So love, nasa kuan ba ako TikTok? Love, na-check mo ba sa TikTok? Okay, so orinig ba ako, mga tropa? Mga ate at kuya? Okay, so anyway, no, sa mga nanonood po dito, maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood po, no? Pwede pa check mo sa akin. Tol, pwede pa check mo sa TikTok? Hindi ko ma-check sa TikTok. Paano ba yung makita-check? Anyway, so maraming salamat sa mga nanonood, and we're going to start our topic, no? Topic natin is all about drugs cases. Ayan. So, okay. So, drugs cases po tayo, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start our story. Ito lang po ang ating topic for today. Anyway, anyhow. Oo, isa. Ayun. Okay na pala siya. Okay, so ito po, no? Under the law 62, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Okay. Yun. So, this case is actually People versus De La Cruz, a 2016 case at saka People versus Lopez, July 13, 2020. So, itong 2020, hindi ko makalimutan to because this is actually a Kagiwa, no? The Justice Kagiwa. So, ano ba ang mga salient features natin? Again, usapang RA 9165, drugs cases po ito. Very common to sa Pilipinas. Marami tayong nakikita ngayon na yun ang mga kaso. Di ko alam bakit hindi pa matapos-tapos ang kaso. At saka, tulungan nyo ako sa aking tanong. Naisip ko lang actually this past few weeks, iniisip ko, bakit palagi yung drugs cases na nababasa palagi natin is naka-transparent siya na sealed na sachet. Di ba masyadong kaduda-duda yun? Naisip ko, hindi ba naging drugs cases instead na bentahan is naka-sachet na crystalline substance, nakabalot sa dahon ng saging, or nakalagay sa plastic na water bottle na empty, or naka-grocery ng Gaisano, SM Mall na nakapilo, na hindi makita. I'm actually wondering parang bakit hindi yun apply. So anyway, malalaman natin yan sa taktong panahon. So, okay, unahin mo natin guys yung People versus De La Cruz. This is a 2016 case. Okay. So, ano ba ang case dito, no? Let me just give you an insights, no? Ano ba ang buod nung kwento nito? Ano ba mayroon dito, sir? Okay, so once upon a time, no, yung ating si De La Cruz dito siya po yung actually yung accused, and nangyari is nakulihan po siya ng drugs. Actually bypass operation to. So since bypass operation to, nung parang if I'm not mistaken is actually 200 pesos na dangerous drug. Nung pagkatapos ng bentahan ni pusher buyer or undercover agent na maibigay yung pera at sa makuha yung amount ng methamphetamine hydrochloride o shabu, nagbigay na sinyalis yung ating mga kapulisan, pero nakataka si Mr. De La Cruz, no? O si accused De La Cruz. Tumakas siya. Hinabol, nagkahabulan sila. Now, anong nangyari? Nung nahabol, hinarangan pa ni Ortega kasi doon sa lugar ata parang nagtutulungan sila doon. So, nung hinarangan, nahuli pa si Ortega for obstruction of justice, nahuli pa rin din at the end of the day si De La Cruz. Now, nung nahuli na si De La Cruz, pinunta na sa police station. So, nagkaroon na ng investigation, nag-chinek yung ganon. Ang sabi ni De La Cruz, di ba sa RA 9165 sinabi doon, pag ang isang apprehended accused mahuli, doon sa scene of the crime, doon na yung photography, doon na yung inventory, kailangan pa ng witnesses, kailangan pa ng insulating witnesses, yung example, yung media or yung DOJ or NPS representative, at saka member ng elected o public official, elected public official. So, ano nangyari? Nilagay nila kagad sa station, yun ang contention ni De La Cruz. Dapat sana, yung drugs na yan ay dapat hindi na po yan maging credible. Dapat acquitted na. Acquitted na ako, sir. Kasi hindi na pinalo yung section 21 ng RA 9165. Please take note na yung sa RA 9165 o Comprehensive Dangerous Drug, ang sinabi doon, kailangan nyo i-follow na pag mahuli nyo yung accused, i-check nyo na yung katawan niya kung meron ba siyang iba pang drugs or evidences or corpus delicti, meron ba siyang weapon or meron siyang paraphernalia, apparatus or money or anything. I-check doon, ipo-photograph, tapos inventory, tapos doon na isi-seal, tapos kasama yung mga insulating witnesses. Pero sa case na to, hindi nila na-comply. Yun ang problema. So, syempre, sasabihin ni De La Cruz, dapat ako, makwit na ako. Yun. So, ano sabi ba sa Supreme Court, no, as amended by RA 10640? Unahin mo natin yung basis ni De La Cruz, no? Sabi niya dito sa Section 21 of RA 9165 as amended by RA 10640, sabi dito, the apprehending team, yung mga police or persons with authority, having initial custody and control of the dangerous drugs, controlled precursors and essential chemicals, instruments, paraphernalia, and or laboratory equipment shall immediately after seizure and confiscation, no, sabi do, shall, immediately after seizure and confiscation, conduct a physical inventory of the seized item. Magkakaroon na ng inventory at saka photograph. And photograph the same in the presence of the accused or the persons from whom such items were confiscated or seized or her representative or counsel. With an elected public official and representative from National Prosecution Service or the media, who shall be required to sign the copies of the inventory and be given a copy thereof, provided that the physical inventory and photograph shall be conducted at the place where the search warrant is served, or at the nearest police station, or at the nearest office of the apprehending officer or team, whichever is practicable in case of warrantless arrest. Doon lang muna tayo, ha. Let's just focus doon sa dalawa. Okay? Yung sa first, na parang gabi po yung yellow mark. Ang sinabi daw dito, ito, tandaan natin, pag mahuli ang inyong kaibigan, kamag-anak, or magulang, na frame up man, or may ginawa man na sangkot sila sa dangerous drug cases, kailangan makomply ng mga police, or authority, or PIDEA, or NBI, or whoever the persons with authority na magkaroon ng doon mismo sa scene of the crime, yung inventory, yung photograph, at saka ang witness doon, habang binibilang yon, habang in-inventory yun, nandoon yung accused. Kung makikita nyo, palagi yan common sa mga balita, katabi, yung nakaposas yun. Tapos, or his counsel, ang kanyang abogado. Tapos, kailangan din ng present ng public official na elected. Hindi po pwede barangay na uulit-ulitin ko yan. No? That is actually a 2009 case. Bawal na po ang appointed. Bawal ang barangay tanod. Bawal ang barangay secretary. Kailangan natin is barangay kagawad, barangay chairman, konsihal, and ayun. So, ayun, sabi ni Red Hot Shopwise, tawas na yun ipapakita. Ayun, kasi, teka lang, wait lang. So, yun. After nun, saka na, ilalagay na sa nearest police station, so ilalagay na sa forensic or sa chemist, pamakita na kung positive yung drugs or corpus delicti or the evidence. Pero, sabi ng Supreme Court, applying this yellow na mark na ilagay natin, ang sabi dito, finally, the non-compliance of these requirements under justifiable grounds as the integrity and evidentiary value of the seized item are properly preserved by the apprehending officer team shall not render void and invalid such seizures and custody over the said item. So, for example, no, hindi nila na-comply yung sinabi ko kanina, minove nila agad sa police station. Ano yon? Tapos na, acquitted na, wala nang credibility yung kaso na yon, makakalaya na si accused. Hindi po. Kasi nga dito nga sinabi ng Supreme Court dito, sinabi ng ating Kongreso, the lawmakers, na dito pa lang na kung may move niya for justifiable reason, hindi masisira at maaapektuhan yung credibility at authenticity ng ating ebidensya, which is the drugs or the evidence or the corpus delicti. Alright, so eto no, sabi ng Supreme Court no, applying the case of People versus Miranda, although it's 2007 case, basahin nyo, sabi niya, the integrity of the evidence is presumed to have been preserved. So bali, presumed. So bali, kung although meron tayong pro reo should be in favor of the accused, pero sabi dito, yung integrity ng ebidensya ay presumed na na-preserve siya, which is, kumbaga, credible pa siya, unless there's a showing of bad faith, ill will, or proof that the evidence has been tampered with. Doon lang. Tapos, enough na yon. Kung mayroong bad faith, ill will, or proof that evidence has been tampered, wala na. Tapos na po. Wala na tayong pag-usapan. Diretso, X na yan. Pero, dito sa case na to, mamaya ikwento natin kung bakit parang anong nangyari dito. Applying the landmark case of People versus Manlangit, citing the People versus Rosialda, People versus Rivera, and other cases. Sabi dito, in other words, to be admissible in evidence, the prosecution must be able to present through records or testimony. Yun, ito mga ipapakita nila. Kung hindi man nangyari yung inventory at sa photograph doon sa scene of the crime, kailangan sila mag-present ng records or testimony na ano? The whereabouts of the dangerous drugs from the time these were seized from the accused by the arresting officer. Ibig sabihin, the specific location kung saan nangyari, naganap itong dangerous drugs as well as the activity, the buying and the selling. Alright? Next one. Next one is the turnover to the investigating officer. Binigay sa investigating officer. Usually kasi, pag katapos ng apprehension, pag hinuhuli na, syempre ilalagay na yan sa isang parang bag, no, or like a sachet or a plastic kung saan para ma-preserve at saka ita-transport na siya. So yun, forwarded to the laboratory to determination of the composition and to the time these were offered in evidence. For as long as, please read, for as long as the chain of custody remains unbroken, as in this case, even though the procedural requirement provided for in Section 21 of RA 9165 were not faithfully observed, the guilt of the accused will not be affected. Ibig sabihin, kung hindi man na-follow yung sinabi ko sa inyo na Section 21, na picture-picture, inventory, tapos kailangan may presence ng itong mga insulating witnesses, wala si kagawad, wala si chairman, wala yung abogado, wala yung media. As long as they can prove na yung chain of custody ay unbroken, papasok pa rin sila sa legit na hindi maapektuhan yung guilt ng ating accused. Ano ba nangyari dito? Dapat sana, doon sa time na yun, dapat mag-picture sa photography. Ang problema nga lang doon is, nung si De La Cruz ay nakita niya, napansin niya na bypass operation, nakatakas si De La Cruz, naghabulan sila doon. Paghabol, dumating isang some person named Ortega, hinarangan siya. Hinuli si Ortega, naghabulan pa sila. Doon sa place na yon, parang kumbaga sabi nila, mag-ingat kayo or mas mabuti umalis na kayo, baka ayaw nyo pang masaktan. So these people, these police officers, had to move to the nearest police station dahil it is necessary na for them to go to the nearest police station kasi baka maapektuhan or it might also affect their safety or for their safety. Kasi magulo na yung tao doon eh. Hindi na kaya i-picture doon. Magulo na. Baka masaktan pa sila doon. So, yun na nangyari. Tinransport nila doon sa pinakamalapit na nearest police station at doon nagsimula yung mga inventory at saka photograph. But please take note, People versus De La Cruz is one of the kumbaga mga rare cases. Kasi normally, pag yung hindi na susunod natin Section 21 ay wala, nagalit si court at acquitted si accused. Pero in this case, napatunayan ng mga police officers na lahat na ginawa nila ay on records and on testimony. Hindi sila nagpakita ng anything like ill will, bad faith, para lang ikulong nila si De La Cruz. That being said, the Supreme Court said that kahit hindi nila na-follow, basahin nyo, kahit hindi nila na-follow ang procedural requirement provided for in Section 21 of RA 9165, the guilt of the accused will not be affected. Ibig sabihin, the accused remains to be guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Sir, ano bang naging kaso po niya, sir? Ang binigay na Supreme Court, liable siya from life imprisonment or 40 years or reclusion perpetua or kamatayan. Pero wala na tayong kamatayan, so 40 years. Tapos possible, the fine will be 500 to 10 million pesos. Right? Nun siya. Okay. We're now going to move for the next, no? So ito naman. People versus Lopez. Dalawang case to. Pero pag-usapan na natin yung pinaka-importante. Itong mga naghihit-hit ng dangerous drug. Usapan nito drugs din to, no? Shabu dito, shabu. Dalawang case to, pero pag-usapan na natin is yung case nung insofar as the use. Right? So once upon a time, alright, People versus Lopez. Si Lopez, nahuli siya during bypass operation na nagbebenta siya ng drugs. Set aside na yan. Natin pag-usapan yan kasi same case lang yan. Nung chinik ng ating police officer yung urine sample, yung ihi ni Lopez or the accused, na nalaman na merong positive, no? Positive element of shabu. Ibig sabihin, he is using dangerous drug. A violation, if I'm not mistaken, under Section 15 of Article 2 of the RA 9165. Okay. Sa madaling salita, ano ba ang tamang proseso sa mga drug addicts? Kailangan ba nasa kamay nila yung drugs? Sasabi mo, gumagamit ka ng drugs. Paano ba? Paano malalaman na nagda-drugs yung tao? Kasi dito sa case na to, ang ginawa ng ating mga kapulisan, ay yung nahuli ng ating kapulisan or persons with authority, yung itong si De La Cruz na nagbebenta. So of course, wala, sale na yun, di ba? Sale. Legal sale under Section 5 ata? Section 5 of RA 9165. Tapos tinest nila, pinaihi ka muna dito. Umihi siya, tinignan yung ating urine sample, nandoon merong siyang positive element. Positive siya na gumagamit siya ng drugs. Ang sabi ng Supreme Court, tama ba yun? Yun. Tama ba yung ginawa ng ating mga persons with authority or the authorities? Umiilang, na-identify na drugs, liable ka na with the use of dangerous drug. Okay. Sabi ng Supreme Court, hindi yon. Kailangan natin ng proseso. Para malaman na isang tao is liable under Section 15, kailangan nating alamin itong test na to. Pero sir, ano ba talaga Section 15? Hindi namin maintindihan. Sige, pag-usapan mo natin yung Section 15, no? Para at least maintindihan nyo. Under RA 9165, a Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002, sabi dito sa Section 15, use of dangerous drugs. A person apprehended or arrested who is found to be positive for use of any dangerous drug. No? Found to be positive for use of any dangerous drug after a confirmatory test shall be imposed a penalty of minimum of 6 months rehabilitation in government center for the first offense, subject to the provisions of Article 8 of this Act. If apprehended using any dangerous drug for the second time, he shall suffer a penalty imprisonment of 6 years and 1 day to 12 years and a fine ranging from 50,000 to 200,000 pesos, provided that this section shall not be applicable where the person tested also found to have reserve possession such quantity or drugs, dangerous drugs provided for under Section 11 of this Act, in which case the provision stated therein shall apply. Ibig sabihin, no, pag-usapan na natin, no, paano ba malaman na ang isang tao ay guilty sa Section 15? Unang sabi ng law or batas, who is found to be positive for any use of dangerous drug. Now, ang tanong ngayon, paano malaman na positive for dangerous drug? Sabi sa Section 15, confirmatory test. Sir, ano ba sir ang magiging kaso ko pag ako ay malamang positive sa drugs? Dalawa ang instances na maganap dito. Una, pag first time offender ka, first time ka na nahuli, 6 months rehabilitation. Hindi ka sa kulungan, sa rehabilitation center ka. Na kung round 2, nag-part 2 ka, na pagkatapos mo 6 months rehabilitation, nag-con ka na naman, nag-hit ka na naman. So, makakasuhan ka na ngayon ng 6 years and 1 day to 12 years, tapos magbabayad ka pa ng fine na 50,000 hanggang 200,000 pesos. Yun lang ha, paggamit mo lang ha, kaya ingat-ingat, iwasan na. Wala na, wag ka, sabi nga ni Jolo Revilla, bola muna bago droga. Sabi niya, ano yun, bola, iwasan ng droga. Ayun, yun ba yun? Basta yun nasabi ni Jolo Revilla. Nag-joke lang naman siya doon. So, una sinabi dito, confirmatory test. Okay, yun lang ba, sir? Confirmatory test lang ba? Okay. Sabi pa dito sa ating Supreme Court, I mean sa law, no, batas ng RA 9165, sabi po dito, no, Section 36, no, pinakita ulit yung test na to. Basahin lang natin, ha? Mahaba siya, pero makinig na lang kayo, mga bata. Authorized drug testing. Authorized drug testing shall be done by any government, forensic laboratories, or by any of the drug testing laboratories accredited and monitored by the DOH to safeguard the quality of test result. The DOH shall take steps in setting the price of the drug test with the DOJ accredited drug testing centers to further reduce the cost of such drug tests. The drug testing shall employ, among other, two, ayan, that's two, aray ko. The two testing method, the screening test, which will determine the positive result as well as the type of drug used, and the confirmatory test, which will confirm the positive screening test. Drug test certificates issued by the accredited drug testing center shall be valid for a 1-year period from the date of issue, and which may be for other purposes. The following shall be subjected to undergo drug testing. So, ibig sabihin, no, pinakita na kailangan po natin yung screening test at sa confirmatory test. Pag-usapan naman natin yung law din, ikwento natin kung ano bang sabi ng Supreme Court. Okay. Another one na pinakita ng law na hindi ka basta-basta po na sabihin na, oh, liable ka na sa drugs, sa dangerous drug kasi gumagamit ka. So, nag-inamplify ulit ng ating batas under Section 38 insofar as the confirmatory and the screening test is concerned. I-dissect muna in it. I-simplify natin after we read the Section 38. Sabi ng Section 38, laboratory examination or test on apprehended, arrested offenders subject to Section 15 of this Act. Any person apprehended or arrested for violating the provisions of this Act shall be subjected to a screening, laboratory examination, or test within 24 hours. If the apprehending or arresting officer has reasonable ground to believe that a person apprehended or arrested on account of physical signs or symptoms of other visible or outward manifestation is under the influence of dangerous drug, if found to be positive, the result of the screening, laboratory examination, or test shall be challenged within 15 days after receipt of the result through a confirmatory test conducted in any accredited analytical laboratory equipment with a gas chromatograph, mass spectrometry equipment, or some such modern and accepted method. If confirmed, the same shall be prima facie evidence that such person has used dangerous drugs, which is without prejudice for the prosecution for other violations of the provisions of this Act, provided that the positive screening laboratory test must be confirmed for it to be valid in court of law. Okay. Sabi ng Supreme Court in this case, from the foregoing, two distinct drug tests are required. A screening test and a confirmatory test. A positive screening test must be confirmed for it to be valid in the court of law. The evidence for the prosecution, however, shows the conduct of only one test. Okay. Hindi sinabi dito kung ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng screening test at saka sa confirmatory test. Pero ang sabi ng Supreme Court, following the rule on the RA 9165 in so far as Section 36 and 38 of the said law, kailangan ng dalawang test. Una is pwede kahit ano, basta screening test, basta na malaman lang na valid yun na merong drugs, may drug element yung sample, no, doon sa test. Pero yung confirmatory test is para siyang kumbaga ginagamitan ng mas malaking para kumbaga machines in order to confirm. Kaya nga confirmatory test eh. Ayan po, no. Sherwin Mata, idol, you're the man, Panyero. I love you too, sir. So, ito. So, sabi dito, no, kailangan lang ng dalawa, screening test at saka confirmatory test. From that standpoint already, ang sinabi, malinaw sa malinaw, na pag example, ang isang person ay nasubukan na ng initial test, kailangan pa ng round 2 na test para ma-confirm talaga. Pero, sabi dito, kung makita nyo kanina sa Section 38, sabi doon is, In order to do that, kailangan pa rin i-challenge, no? So, screening test, which is yung initial, tapos confirmatory test, challengeable within 15 days. Pero, dito sa case ni People versus De La Cruz, in the case of People versus De La Cruz, pinaihi lang siya doon sa police station, the urine sample. Then the Supreme Court said that this urine sample was only for purposes of screening test. Kaya nga, it shows that the conduct of such test was only a one test. It was never undergone a second test or what we call the confirmatory test. Ibig sabihin, the accused, De La Cruz, shall not be liable under Section 15 because although he uses a dangerous drug and there's a positive element of methamphetamine hydrochloride in his body, there was no existence of confirmatory test to confirm na yung drugs na tinake niya ay talagang sa kanya. So, nangyari dahil siya ay on one hand is nagbebenta siya and on the other hand is the use of the dangerous drug, na-acquit siya sa dangerous drug but he's still also liable for selling. Yun po yung kaso. I think that's all, no? Wala na. Mawawala natin yung topic natin. But anyway, maraming salamat po sa mga nanonood. Is currently also live tayo sa TikTok simultaneously with also the visual aid and also sa ating sa ating Facebook. So again, maraming salamat po. Tune in tomorrow. May mga natitira pa ako na parang 3 na drugs cases na very, very good na para po, feel ko talaga makakatulong sa inyo. I'm not saying na gusto ko to dahil gusto ko ng drugs or drug addict ako, hindi. Sa larangan dito sa Pilipinas kasi, masyadong malala yung bentahan, rampant yung bentahan ng drugs. Not sure if it's true or not, legit or hindi legit. Minsan, planting evidence, minsan, totoo, minsan, totoong crime. Pero napakaganda guys na malaman po natin yung mga dangerous drugs, its procedure, kasi of course at the end of the day we need to secure ourselves at the same time to secure our family. So please take note guys, no? Always read the facts, also understand the law. If you have any question, no, reach your lawyers for advices. Wag po kayong mangbabash sa Facebook. Wala pong mapapalayan. And also, best regards to my wife, no? Distressing lawyer. Ayan po. Maraming salamat po. Ito po ang inyong Kuya sa Batas po. Nagsasabi sa inyo na mahalin nyo ang inyong asawa dahil sila po ang tunay na batas. Maraming salamat and see you tomorrow when I see you. Bye-bye!
I'm scrolling on my Facebook page, feeling curious, the turning months. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. They're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my he's going up your feet, learning about the law. That's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on and the man. Check his post. They're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered.